Well, since there is a 1-year jump, what can you kind of tease about where your characters will pick up when the season starts from what they've told you so far?
Right.
We're in a relationship.
Spoiler
Mike's
alert.
gone.
He's a baddie. Well, okay, so I think this year, yes, we're a year ahead. Mike and Max are very much still a couple. They are together. Mike, however, has been away for about 4 months. So when we start back into this new, the first episode, we're going to have Mike coming back to see Max. And there's going to be, there's some really, really big things that are going to happen between the two of them as far as their relationship this year. One of them is going to be devastating, and I know that for sure. The other is going to be, hopefully, it's going to play out. I can't obviously give details and stuff, but it would play out in a beautiful way, I think, if we were able to kind of end the season the way that they want to for these characters. So, as of now, there is a lot of disaster, devastation that's coming for the two of them.
And in regards to Mark, it's been a year later after the death of his brother. He's been through an incredible, emotional, all grief and all that. He's in a very, very different place emotionally and environmentally as well, like in kind of where he is in the world. So we meet him at the point of him kind of emerging from that, all the emotional disaster over the last year, which would be, and then we're going to play over the course of the season to see like what led up to that and what he spent his last year doing. So it'll be challenging in a really rich and rewarding way.
And they said during the panel that Mark is going to be hiding in plain sight. Can you elaborate a little bit more on what he's been?
Without giving anything away, no, not really. It's I really can't. It's just they're putting him in a place in the very first episode where if someone was trying to, someone like Mark, who's a pretty hunted, kind of on the top of the list, for the FBI to track down, you wouldn't want to, he wouldn't want to be caught dead there. So I think, again, challenge for the writers, challenge for myself to, kind of pull that off. But playing that out over the course of the season and seeing, what his character does with that is going to be really, really fascinating. No, I can't tell you anything, basically.
Will Mark be holding any grudges still a year later, and what would those be?
Oh, sure.
Like, who is he blaming for what happened a year later?
I know at the very end of last season, he kind of had this idea with Luke that Luke got killed, that he got that alternate ending actually where he killed Joe Carroll. He was like, he said, turns to him and says, I got one of them, that's one of them, there's still more to go. That was one of the lines. So he definitely kind of sees everyone as a target. Anyone who's not me is pretty much a target. Ryan, Max and Mike definitely, killed Lily. Mike killed Lily. Max killed Luke. I think that Ryan is just kind of the breeder of all that. So, I'll take him out too. I think he holds grudges against all those people, and I can imagine clearing his, kind of idea of making up for, the loss of his family would be striking these guys off the list.
Last question, guys.
Where is Max going to fit into the new threat on New York when the season picks up?
How's she going to fit into the new threat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be tough because she is, Ryan and Mike at some point will sort of be put to a test, okay? And Max is going to be the one that is in between the two of them. She is the one that's also trying to figure out this psychological killer who's out there. She's trying to profile him with these guys. But I think for her, it's going to be a tough one because she is going to be trying to juggle so many things while also keeping her job and while hopefully getting to kick some butt. But is she going to be directly hunted? Is she going to be captured or anything like that? I don't think that this season is going to be necessarily about that. I think it is about this ominous sort of force that is coming from one, specific force. But that being set over New York and us as kind of the good guys or whatever, sort of running around within it, trying to figure it out. It's not going to be like a direct, as far as I know so far.
Rather than many serial killers, and we see them already, and we know who they are.
Right.
We're gonna not know. Getting back to the woods, not know.
Yeah. But slowly piecing it together. Like, I don't know if we actually said this in any of the panels. but I was talking to the writers, and they said that it is going to be about finding things that were in the first season, or maybe things that were in the second season that you didn't see connect, that actually did connect, that now play out in the third season. That's my favorite kind of show, you know, that like really means something in the end. It like actually plays out. So.